then bring it on over here. Showtime, baby, ooh, ooh, ooh. Showtime, baby, ooh, ooh, ooh. Showtime, baby, everybody's having fun. Yeah, showtime, baby, everybody's getting some. Come on, give it here, give it here, give it to me. And we used to sing so well that the city of Minneapolis liked what they heard. And the city of Minneapolis signed us up. And we opened up the auditorium, everybody coming into town. Opened up for the Temptations, Glass Night and the Pimps, opened up for Jackie Wilson.
Damn.
Opened up for, you remember this guy.
Impressive, huh?
This guy heard about us.
Who?
And I'm going to tell you.
Okay, I'm excited as fuck.
He came from Tennessee to go to see us perform.
Okay.
Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes?
Yeah. And he liked what he heard and he signed us up. In the summertime when school was out, we would travel around the world with Isaac Hayes opening up for him and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's why I still go around town to the clubs. They do karaoke at night and stuff. I go
ain't been there in a while.
I go around the clubs and stuff and do my karaoke and stuff, you know. And
homie dying in here.
you'll like this because the song I did this was about a year and a half ago at a club.
Did we smoke in here or no?
No, can't smoke.
Okay.
That you couldn't. I went to a club, and the thing
Let me
is,
change my clothes and
And,
crank them up and
and here's the song. I did this song at the club that they liked, and you'll know this song too. You know, it was like, you know, I did with our club. You know, I want sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May.
Well, I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way?
No, I didn't tell you my here's the idea. I'm in
Okay.
the club on the scene, and I pointed at couples, you know, at guys sitting there with their woman,
Right.
And I said, "Your girl,
Nice.
your girl,
Nice.
talking about your girls, they're my girls.
Nice.
When I leave tonight, they're coming home with me. But you ain't got to worry, but what day it is. I'll bring them back next Wednesday. Well, I guess you
say, what can make me feel this way?
Our
Girl, talking about our girls.
They're my girls.
My girls. Ooh.
I did it at the club one night.
Yeah.
I got there, I started laughing and clapping.
Nice.
And I said, don't clap. Throw money, nickel, dime, to quarters. I got $1.45 thrown on stage. It was fun.
Thank you.
It was fun.
Oh my God, that's the best thing I heard.
It was fun, you know. And here's a song I sung too, because there was a lady in the couple, there was a man and woman in the club and stuff, and I heard them talk. I heard her say her name, somebody was Paula. And I said, well, I got a song that I want to sing. I said, you guys may know this song. And I said, the song is, hey, hey, Paula, I want to marry you. Hey, hey, Paula, would you like to marry me too? 'Cause if you do, then you and him are through. Paula, come see what we can do every day. Every day. Remember that song?
No, I don't know that one. Who's it by?
I forgot who it was by. Way back in the days.
Okay.
Way back in the days.
That's like a doo-wop group or something? One of the doo-wop groups?
Yeah, I think it was. It was way back
That's
in the
pretty.
day.
You have a beautiful voice, Daryl.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing with me.
Yeah, I like to do it and do it all the time and stuff. And
I'm a musician's musician, man. I'm a
Okay.
singer. I was classically trained vocally for... I was
Well,
classically trained for 7 years, and I made 1995 All-State.
Okay. Now you recall this song too. I sing this sometimes and tease them, and you know, two different songs. When I'm walking the streets and see some women, I'll say, "Oh, ladies, you guys bring a song back to me. What song is that?" Hey, good looking,
What you got cooking? How about cooking something up for me?
Then I say, hey, good
Looking,
whatever you're cooking, I'ma stop by and get me a bite. Is that all right? That's it. I said, hey, good looking, When you get done cooking, I'm gonna be your dessert tonight. That you'll like. It made him laugh.
Did you do the hey, sweet baby?
Oh, your cigarette fell off.
Oh, thanks, Daryl.
Yeah.
Time to get off of the
Sing that song, love that song and stuff and everything else.
You're not a singer. You're a comedian.
You know.
You're a stand-up comedian.
Here's another song you may remember, old school song.
Okay.
I'll be walking the streets and see some women.
Uh-huh.
I say, pardon me, ladies. What's today's date? You know, tell me. And I said, oh, thank you. You know why I asked you, don't you? They said, no, why? I said, because I love my calendar girls. Yeah, you sweet calendar girls. I love my calendar girls. Yeah, you sweet calendar girls. I knew you knew what date it was. I had to ask you for the fun. And when I run into you, see you again, I'm going to ask, so don't forget what date it is. What date it is. Remember that song?
No, I don't know that one either.
Oh, that was an old school day.
You know what? The beautiful thing about music is it's almost virtually infinite. I've been a music collector since I was 8 years old, collecting records.
Yeah.
45s, you know,
Yeah.
singles. And I used to have a couple hundred CDs, and I used to have over 5,000 record albums, and I still have only touched a tiny fragment of what's out there.
See, here's the bad thing, as I tell people. My mother, she's 88 now.
Oh, bless her heart. What's her name?
October 12th. Ruth.
Ruth.
Yeah. The thing is this.
Grandma Ruth.
She has a boxes full of her 45s and 78s. We ain't got no record player, but you know.
Hey, you know what I have, Daryl? I have a 1913 Victronics wind-up.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I have some classical 78s for it. And man, I used to have a 1927 hit single from Louis Armstrong. But when I was downsizing and moved into my motorhome years ago, I got rid of all that shit.
Now here's I also told my grandkids. I got 10.
Can I get some water?
I got 10 grandkids. Yes, right there. I got 10 grandkids and 5 great grandkids.
Uh huh.
And I told my grandkids.
You got 5 great grandkids at 72?
Yeah.
Damn.
Here you go, sir. You first.
I need a.
I just told her he's welcome at home with his mom.
Your uncle's cool as fuck, Tim.
told you,
Thanks for
didn't I tell you?
introducing me to your uncle, bro.
Didn't I tell you?
That's my elders, bro.
Say, sir.
Gotta pay respect to my elders.
If you want it colder, there's some ice in the top thing there.
You didn't even meet our.
God bless America, man. I love cold water.
He's a youngin'. See, he's a younger but old head in the game. See, I got 23.
I'm like a little kid on Sunday morning, man.
With the long beard.
On Christmas morning.
All that power.
With presents and shit. People are my presents.
And you remember this song that I sang on cloudy days? Remember that song that said, I want sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girls. They're our girls.
Hey, hey, hey. Da, 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 da. Hey, hey, hey. Da, 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 ooh. Da, 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 da.
I don't need no money,
The
fortune or fame. I've
got all the riches, baby. One man can claim. Well, I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, my girl, my girls, talking about your girls, your hoes.
Yeah. And I got done, I said, I'm sorry I lied to you. I said, part of the song
Talk
said,
about your may-may, bitch.
I said, part of the song said, I don't need no money. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh my God! You know what, Daryl? Will you agree with me? The life the career as a local musician is the worst paying job I've ever even conceived, man.
Now it is, huh?
I'd entertain 400 people all night long. They're drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, and then at the end of the night, I walk out with $20 in my pocket, not even enough to fill up my tank or buy my son some food, you know?
Yeah.
Get some new guitar strings.
Open this window. Get some air.
Okay, when you're done opening the window, I want you to talk to me about Spotlight. Tell me what kind of band it is, what its lineup is.
I don't recall. Spotlight?
Isn't that your band, Spotlight?
No, Showtime.
Showtime. Yeah, can you tell me about Showtime and what it's made up of? How many people are in it? And
Well, there were 5 of us. There were 5 of us and stuff. And see, like I said, we were all college students at Mankato at the time.
Okay.
Mankato State College.
Hold on, real quick, Daryl. I'm gonna step in real quick. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Daryl Lynn, a member of the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame. A singer, a vocalist, a musician, a performer. He is music royalty in Minnesota. I'm very honored to meet him and hear his stories and sing with him here. And he was introduced to me by Tim, who's my new friend, who I just met on the street this morning, and he had a certain look in his eye, and we became friends. And then he said, let's go see my uncle. So I was blown away when Uncle Daryl turns out to be a Minnesota Music Hall of Famer and a doo-wop artist and a singer. And I'm going to turn it over to him and not hog the camera. I'm going to listen to him tell me about his band.
Well, name of my band originally was the Intentions.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why, being on campus at Mankato State College, telling the girls, come here, you can trust me, I got good intentions. And we didn't play any instruments. And then we saw a band playing at a club in downtown.
Okay, remind me to name it. I have ADHD. Work with me. What's the name of the band again?
I'm gonna tell you.
Spotlight.
Showtime.
I
said so, and when we saw a band playing at a club downtown, and they could play, but they didn't sing that well. And their name was the Foundations. And we went backstage and talked to them, and said, you guys can play great. You guys don't sing that well. We sing, we don't play. Can we come here, we can do it again at a rehearsal and stuff? And they said, yeah. Why don't you back up, man?
Yeah, back up.
And I said, yeah. And they played and we sung, and they liked what they heard. And we said, okay, look, we'll become a group. We'll change our names.
Cool.
The Showtime, part 1, part 2. Part 1, you guys do your thing instrumentally, and part 2 is us coming on stage and singing and did.
Okay.
And that's what we did, and it was great and wonderful. And
so the first set was instrumental. And what was that group's original name? The Intentions?
My group's original name was
The Musicians.
The Foundations.
The Foundations.
That was the original name.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, when they heard us singing.
Was this in the 50s?
This is back in the 60s.
The 60s, okay.
60s, yeah, early 70s, yeah.
Okay.
So when we said, look, let's come to rehearsal, and you guys are gonna be playing, and you can play and we'll sing, and we did that, and then they liked what they heard, and they said, we should become a group. And I said, okay, we will be. We'll change our name to Showtime, part 1, part 2. Part 1 is you guys do your thing instrumentally and bring us on stage. And that's what we did, and it was great, and it was fun.
Daryl, Showtime is like a totally different thing than Intentions, Foundations, the doo-wop names like that. Showtime sounds more like upscale to me.
Yeah, well.
So what kind of band was it?
Well, the band, regular band, with drummers, guitar players, bass players, regular band and stuff. Like they were the Foundations, and stuff. And like I said, then we said we came when they practiced and we sung and they played.
Yeah.
And they liked what they heard. And they said, we'll become a group. It's okay. We'll change our name then from show to Showtime, and that's what we did, Yeah, so it was all great.
Wow.
It was all great and stuff.
Isn't that cool how that worked out?
Oh yeah, it worked out real good. And
so you guys had your backing band and they had their singers.
No, they had their band and we had the singers.
Right.
We were the singers, yeah.
And you were one of the singers, right, Daryl?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many singers were there?
There were 5 of us.
Baritone, bass, tenor, or how did you work it out?
The thing is, because we sat around, at the time we were all, here's the good thing about it, we were all college students at Mankato State College.
You went to Mankato State?
Yeah.
I used to party down there with friends who went there, man. We used to have good times down in
let me tell you
Mankato.
this reason why I went there. First of all, I went to North High School here in Minneapolis, and I was all state in football and track.
Nice.
And the thing is this.
I went all state in choir.
Okay, you like this. Our North High School team back in 1965 set the Minnesota State 880 and 440 yard relay records.
The 880 and
the 440.
440 relay.
Yep. No, not the relay. Yeah, the relay records. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the great thing is that I used to tease the guys because I ran anchor. You know, I tell them.
What's that mean?
You know, on a relay team, there's 4 people. On the relay team.
I don't know nothing about it.
I ran the anchors. I was the 4th guy, last guy.
Okay.
You know, I used to tell the guys, I set the record. I broke the tape.
You're the one who runs in there for home plate.
Yeah, another wrong plate. And that's what we went in there and stuff. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was it.
Bless your heart, bro.
Thank you for being this friend. Getting him back, man. I swear, he needed
Hey, you guys, I already introduced you, but I gotta say, look at this handsome young man here, Tim, and his uncle Daryl.
It was really nice back then to do that. And like I said, the city of Minneapolis heard us performing and liked what they heard, and they signed us up at the auditorium here in Minneapolis to open up for all the entertainers coming into town who were coming to town to perform and stuff. You know, back in those days, you know, you can go to the performance and
Hey, I got a
buy
question,
ticket and
Daryl.
go inside.
Did you ever perform at the prom ballroom?
Don't think so. I don't remember the prom.
Can I tell you a story, interjection real quick? My job when I was 17 and 18, I worked for a catering company called Prom Catering. And they had been in the Twin Cities going back to the 30s and 40s. And Tom and Bill owned the place. They got it from their father, right? They were my bosses. Well, Bill used to be the one who drove his dad's like 1948 Lincoln or something like this out to the airport to pick up all the entertainment. So Bill got to pick up like Ella Fitzgerald, Miles Davis, like Count Basie, and these big mega names like that, you know. And here he's just your average St. Paul boy running a catering company. But prom used to be like the premier ballroom for the high rollers back in the day.
Okay.
I was wondering if you ever heard of it.
No, not right offhand.
Okay, where did you perform?
Well, we performed around town at clubs and stuff. So many clubs. But the main thing
Name a few of them.
Well, we performed at the
zoo.
We performed for the city of Minneapolis at the what's the name of that club they had here?
Okay. The damn Mall of America.
It's just the club that all the entertainers would come up from out of all the national people would go perform. I think it was just called the Minneapolis Auditorium. I think it was called.
Okay.
Well, why you don't want to go?
And
Was it like a civic auditorium, like the city ran it or something?
well, the city ran it. And the thing is, this were all the entertainers. All entertainers back in those days coming into town to perform. That's where they went to. That's where people went to buy a ticket. to
Right.
go inside
Okay.
and
This was
watch
the
them
main
perform.
venue of the area.
Yep. And
This is where you went for good music.
yeah, we went for good music. All the national entertainers and stuff, you know, and stuff, and that was great. So the city signed us up, you know, to perform there and stuff and everything, just to bring people in there all week long and stuff and everything.
Let me ask you, how did it feel hobnobbing with all the superstars and warming up the stage and getting to meet them?
It
And
felt good.
yeah,
It felt good, you know.
right
And
on.
especially the ones I liked were the performers that had women singers, you know. Like that, you know.
Yeah.
Flirt with them.
Yeah. Oh, you would have loved my band Mad Love, Daryl.
Okay.
It was my favorite band I ever had.
Okay.
It was 5 men on the instruments. We had a Hammond B3 piano. We had 2 guitars, bass, and drums.
Okay.
And then 3 beautiful women front line. And all 7 out of 8 of us were songwriters. It was like a communist band. It was so
Yeah.
awesome. We all ran it together
Okay.
there. I was the kind of de facto leader, the music director, and I did the editing and the mixing of the EP we put out,
Yeah.
but I wasn't the leader. You know what I mean? And it was a favorite band. We were all members of another band called Wookiefoot. That's a top-down dude the front man makes all the money and pays the musicians shit kind of situation. And we decided we wanted some of our own freedom to play our own music, and we really liked playing together, so we formed Mad Love.
Okay.
And I helped come up with that name. And it was so cool because we all shared the stage equally. We all shared the microphone. All of us musicians got our own featured solos. There was no... See, the band I came up in the early 90s and 2000s, the Beads, had a megalomaniac lead singer, lead guitar player who was so full of himself that it was just all about him all the time. And I was always second chair. And I'd be in the middle of a solo, and all of a sudden, here goes his electric guitar. Ring! Tearing into my solo and shit.
I got to tell you this, too. You bring something back that people I tease about, some of my friends.
What?
The fact is, I tell them, I said, man.
Can I sit down?
Yeah. If you can squeeze in.
I'm going to get in my beautiful face in there with you, man.
And I tell my friends like you, I said, man, I said, borrow me $5, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got no money. You got more than I got. How do you know that? I said, because you bald headed, man. You got more hair on your face than you do your head. Then you got to get your hair cut every month like I do. That's why I know you got more money than me. I tease my bald headed friends.
You know what? I haven't paid for a haircut in over 25 years, Daryl.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just get one of those razors I borrowed it from a friend and shave it down. And you know what? I'm looking for a barber around here to actually pay for a haircut because God has worked some new beginnings in my life. And so as a symbol of a new beginning, I'm going to shave bald and start over with this.
Yeah.
That's what I do every 3, 4, 5 years. I always end up shaving it all off and starting over.
I tease my friends that got all them beards and no hair on their head.
But watch out, Minneapolis, because when I shave, I look too young and handsome, man, and I'm going to freak all the women out there. They're going to go crazy around town.
I think it's this. I don't look my age.
You don't.
I know. And I've had proof, 2 ways. One way.
You don't act your age either.
No, I don't. And the thing is this.
Thank God Almighty for Daryl not acting his age.
I went like maybe 15 years ago. Went to the Minnesota State Fair.
Yeah.
And the guy
I'm going next week.
They had a guy there back in them days. You bought a $2 ticket for him to guess your weight and so many pounds or your age.
Yeah.
He had to be within 8 years of your age.
I thought it was 2 years.
Well, no, I think it was 5 years back then. It was 5 years.
It's 2 years now.
Is it? Okay. And I told him, I said, guess my age. And like he was 8 years off.
Really?
And I showed my ID. I said, okay.
To the young side, right?
Yeah. I said, yeah. I said, give me that stuff be on the top shelf up there.
Yeah.
I got that. Took it and gave it one of my granddaughters, and stuff, and everything, And Burger King has the senior menus for 55 and over. I went to Burger King in Brooklyn Center. It's about maybe 6 years ago.
A lot of places have senior deals.
Yeah. And
that's cool.
I went to Brooklyn Center. I lived out that way then. And I said, Lacey, can I help you? I said, yeah. I said, I want the senior menu, cheeseburger, fries, chocolate malt, 55 and over. She said, you got me 55. So I said, oh, you're trying to flirt. I had to show her my ID.
Nice.
to get my senior
You know what
menu.
drives me nuts? Some weird shit in society? Why does a 42-year-old man with gray beard get carded for buying cigarettes?
Because you look young.
Or alcohol.
Young, yeah.
Why does a 42-year-old man with a gray hair beard get carded to buy alcohol?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you just look young with a big ass beard. Good looking man.
I'm going to take that as a compliment from Tim. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And the thing is this, too.
Man, us handsome men, all we like to really do is sit around and tell each other how handsome we are and shit. We don't like dealing with all these crazy bitches out there in the world stealing our energy and taking our time away from just being cool dudes and shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's a little interjection by Star Child.
And back in the days, you could go down to people's homes, sold cigarettes and stuff and everything. And you can go there and buy it. You need to go to the store and stuff and everything.
Down in South America, they got little carts all over the town squares with cigarette sellers. They sell them one at a time. Yeah, it's like 3 cents. You know what I mean? In the translation with the money. When I was in Peru, those single cigarettes are like.
You was in Peru.
Yeah.
How was it there?
I went to Pangoa, Peru. It's central Peru.
Ooh.
And I was there on behalf of Peace Coffee, who I worked for in early 2000s, like 2002 to 2005-ish. And it was it was the best corporate job I ever had. It's an organic fair trade. What?
Wasn't a bad time down there in Peru?
Man, let
No.
me go shave
It was
and brush my
beautiful,
teeth.
peaceful, man. The people were so incredible. Just living in little fucking tin
excuse me.
shacks with dirt floors, man.
Wow.
And growing coffee
And
beans,
that
you know?
water.
And making all their money from the coffee we bought from them from Minnesota. And the people were so welcoming, Tim. They welcomed us into their homes, and we're honored to have us there because we're the people who help keep them afloat with all the coffee we purchase. And fair trade is a concept, a business concept, where you create long-term, reciprocal, mutually beneficial relationships between buyer and seller. So the Peace Coffee Company is invested in their long-term success of their suppliers of the coffee fields. So the money that help the premium that they establish, they meet together. The sellers and the buyers have meetings together, and they establish the premium that they're going to add on and mark up, and then these premiums are being used to create hydroelectric dams and hydroelectric stations, bring electricity to the villages, more modernize the people's lives. Because literally this one family we visited, we went into their house and it's all a tin roof and like cardboard walls almost, and a totally dirt floor with an open fire in the kitchen with like 3 dozen guinea pigs running all over. Because yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It did humble me, and it taught me such a deep lesson. And you know what? It was cool for me because I'm right at home with my people on the streets, man, and my people in the ditches, and my people in the fields, and my people on the dirt floors. You know? And I'm going to promise you, I will take you to a rainbow family gathering at a national forest where 15,000 of us get together every July 4th to pray for peace. And we build a temporary city in the national forest complete with plumbing, bring miles of hose up there and find a stream or a lake and set up a filtration system. And then they build ovens out of 55-gallon drums and make pizzas and breads and pocket breads and the Krishnas, you know, the Hare Krishnas? Yeah. The Hare Krishnas make this really delicious food out of rice and lentils, and it's free food for everyone. A rainbow gathering, everything is totally free. There's no money exchange whatsoever. There is a trade circle.
I was just about to say
There's a trade circle, a trade and barter circle. If you want a candy bar and you got 5 cigarettes, you're going to get some chocolate. If you want chocolate and you have tobacco,
how can I get in?
You're good. If you want tobacco and you got chocolate, you're in. If you got ganja, you're golden. If you got LSD, you get anything you want from that trade circle. And how you get in is we make it happen together next year, 2020. Okay, I'm gonna end this video because I'm getting off on multiple subjects, but. Listen, thanks for watching The Adventures of Captain Starchild and the Never Maybe crew pre-screening, storyboarding. And thank you for this beautiful interview with Daryl, Lynn, Minnesota Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member, an elder brother of mine, fellow singer. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, leave comments down below the video, like it, and share it with your crew, okay? Starchild out.